everybody has different ways they relieve stress. So
Sure.
it's funny you mentioned Comedy Zone. What I'm finding is a lot of comedians don't like Comedy Zone.
Oh.
But
Well, in Greensboro.
Well, it's
In
just that
Greensboro.
one specific.
yeah. But when I was growing up, my father was friends with Paul,
Yeah.
who owns Comedy Zone.
Yeah, yeah.
So I started going there when I was like, I don't know, 13 to 15.
Oh, yeah.
I was allowed in and
Yeah, it's
went
great.
there for years, right? So I really liked it. But for me, what I figured out was just not Comedy Zone specifically, but comedy was a way for me to disconnect from everything else going on
Absolutely.
and to laugh.
Well, not only that, it's a way to disconnect from everything else going on while relating to something very specific.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it can be storytelling and very specific that you really relate to. Or it can just be something absurd that it's like, you
Yeah.
know, that's fun too. The Comedy Zone thing, everybody talks shit about it, and I don't want to be they've just, in my opinion, not given opportunities to locals, and my standard for that is just really high because of where I started at the Idiot Box, where that's just a place that bleeds for a local comedy scene.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And now the other comedy zones in other areas are not that way. You
No,
know what
yeah.
I mean? They're different from what I understand. haven't been to a lot of them. But
Charlotte was really cool.
Yeah. And I just did some Comedy Zone stuff in like February, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're good. It's just sometimes so not even that specific place, but there are, like any other business, there are people who don't give a shit about the art form, and they just want to sell drinks.
Yeah.
You know what
Right,
I mean?
yeah.
And that's great too.
Yeah,
you know?
Paul's a good business person,
Yeah.
but I've heard that he's not a comedian.
Well, that's one thing that's weird about the Greensboro Comedy Zone, too, and it's unfortunate because we have a lot of comics in Greensboro. And, I mean, I was shocked when I first went to the first open mic at the Idiot Box, and there was like 30-some people there. And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
wow, this is serious.
Well, when I started doing comedy here, there's probably like 12 comics who
Okay.
were pretty consistently doing it, you know, and then it started growing year after year, and I think, excuse me, I ate so much ice cream last night, I'm just burping.
Ben and Jerry's is coming to
I
get
really
you.
did, man. I had some Cherry Garcia. And it was like
Oh, it's
I was
good.
laying in bed for like an hour and a half, and I was like, I don't need this. I already took my sleep meds. I don't need it. And then my body was just like, go get it, stupid. But yeah, so once the comedy scene started growing a little bit, and it was a little more welcoming, now you have this really. Greensboro's produced Greensboro and North Carolina in general has produced some really talented people, and it's
Yeah. Oh,
it's
yeah.
just it's amazing.